I'm going to give you a look inside my planner and map out my plan for May 2026. But before I do that, I just want to show you what this planner looks like because I didn't have a physical copy, and on the website it's just a digital version, a mock-up that I made that doesn't do the actual designs of any planner or journal any justice. So this one is called Painted Daisies, and you can see the beautiful vibrant colors on the cover, and then you open it up and there's this like painted, looks like dripped paint background, and then every section has its own vibrant colors, different types of flowers. I forgot what they're called, but basically I was going for a daisy look for each one of them with the individual petals. So this is the reading goals, and this is vocabulary. This is book overviews. This is key verses. And this is the planner. So before I delve into the planner and the schedule for May, I'm going to go back to the beginning with my reading tracker library. So when you open it and you see reading goals, the first thing you come to is reading challenges. And this is the literary genre challenge, where I've identified each genre from the Bible, including Jesus' parables. And the challenge is to read at least one book of the Bible from each of the following genres. So that's this. But then we open up to the library reading tracker, and you can color in what you read as you go. So you can see my coloring. I got started, I colored in all the plants, and I labeled each book. And as you can see, I've gone deeper into the New Testament thus far this year, and I have a lot more to do. But that's primarily because I have been taking New Testament courses in seminary. For those of you who don't know, I am pursuing my master's degree in biblical studies with a concentration in biblical theology. And right now I'm heavily reading heavily from the New Testament. But next term, which is starting in a couple of weeks, I will be delving into the Old Testament. So this will be filled in. I'm not worried about it. I'm not tripping. But now I want to do the challenges. And we have the A to Z challenge, where I give you some ideas of what you can read from A to Z. And you would use a concordance or topical Bible to locate 3 to 5 passages for each of the things listed before. If you want to know what those are, then you can go look at the walkthrough video where I've mentioned some of these. But today I'm going to show you what I plan to do for my own A to Z challenge, which is on the right side of the page. And I have my notes on. So for A, I'm going to do adoption. I don't like this pen. B, body of Christ. C, consummation. As in the consummation. D, I'm going to do death of Christ. E, I will focus on election. F, faith. G, grace. H, holiness. I, inspiration of scripture is what I'm referring to. J, I'm going to do Jesus Christ. K, kenosis, which is Jesus incarnation. For L, I'm going to do law. M, mercy. N, I will do new birth. O, obedience. P, predestination. Q, quest for the historical Jesus. R, redemption and reconciliation. S, salvation. T, Trinity. U, unbelief. V, vocation or calling. W, wrath of God. X, I'm going to do the exaltation of Christ. Y, year of Jubilee. And then Z, I'll do zeal and jealousy of God. So all of these terms are related to Christology or theology proper or soteriology. And that is just one way you can approach the A to Z challenge. You could focus on doing A to Z based on topics or themes from the Bible or motifs from the Bible. You can do keywords based on hermeneutics, exegesis, other biblical studies, terms. You can do whatever you want, but the idea is to give you something to study in depth so that you become more familiar with scripture and all that it teaches. So essentially, it comes down to doing a systematic theology for yourself. So those are my reading challenges. So I'm going to aim to complete the reading challenge that's already in the planner. And then I'm going to do my own reading challenge, which I've just listed for you. And then, of course, we have the fun Bible reading activities, who's who in the Bible, the names and attributes of God, tracking the New Testament's use of the Old Testament, and then tracing biblical themes and motifs. So prayerfully, I can get through that. And then this is the reading plans. So far, I've been reading mostly what we're doing in school. And I've only just now started looking at reading text just devotionally for my own sake without having to scrutinize it like I would have to for class. So I probably won't be using this anytime soon. Probably won't get to these until fall. But the point is to track what I'm reading anyway. And if that is just doing what I'm doing in school, well, that's a win because it's easy to just do the assignment without actually reading the text by relying on commentaries or other documents that they require you to use. So then I'm going to skip that. And then the next section is where you fill in the month and the date and what you plan to read on each day. I don't know what I want to do with this yet because of my school schedule and my reading plans. I'm gonna just leave that open for now and focus on the things that I would like to read in addition to what I have. So this is our to be read list, and it's everything you're going to read from your personal library. And I have a lot of books that I need to be reading. So I look forward to getting into it. And I'm just going to list them here. And if you're interested in any of them, they will be linked in the description. So this first one is New Testament Discourse Analysis of Philippians. And I want the this is the I haven't started reading it yet. So this is books that you're reading, books that you finished, and books that you did not finish. Pretty much everything on this list is going to be something I haven't even started reading yet. The next one I have is the Bible Expositor's Handbook. "40 Questions About Biblical Theology." Interpreting the Bible. The Text and Canon. How to Read the Bible Like a Seminary Professor. I have No More Boring Bible Study. This may be familiar to you. This is on the top of my list to read because I want to do a review of it on this channel at some point. I actually have started reading that, so I just need to finish it. Actually, now that I think about it, everything else that I'm writing is a book that I've started. I just need to finish them. So maybe I should begin with those since I'm already made some progress. But I don't know, maybe I shouldn't because chances are I'm going to start over because I don't really remember what they said. Most of these are about Bible study in some form or fashion, but this one is by Eric Mason and it's called Rebranding the Church. And I'm really excited to read that one because basically he addresses the current issue that we're facing with the church, from what I understand, being a bad representative. Um, and he talks about what we can do to improve our image, but not for optics, not in some superficial sense, so that we put on the front and look good, but so that we accurately reflect who Christ is and the work that he's done in us. This is another book that is biblical studies adjacent, but it's very culturally specific, and it's called Reading While Black. So if any of you have ever read Reading the Bible with Western Eyes, or I think that's what it's called, uh, it makes me wonder if Reading While Black is something like that. So I'm definitely looking forward to reading that. I had to read the other one for class, but this one is just something that I've been wanting to do for a while. And then the other one I have on here is not about Bible study at all. It's about how to read well, and it's called How to Read a Book. I've started that one. I've annotated it to death, but I haven't finished it, so I need to get back to that. Then we have Bible Doctrine, and the last book that is in my library that I need to finish is Tracing God's Story. So we have what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I have 19 books. How I can't stop at 19. This looks weird. I feel like I need to add one more book. But I have 19 that I need to read. So there's my to be read list. And as you can see, you have all these other slots to fill in. Some of you may be avid readers, and that'd be easy for you to do. I'm going to just try to focus on the ones I have. And as I finish these, then I'll add to the list. But now we get to the Bibles and Books wish list book haul. And there are some Bibles and books that I would like to own. So I'm going to add those here. And I'll just write and not speak. You don't need me to speak. Hopefully you can see what I'm writing. have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have 12 books on my wish list that I would have to budget for so I can get them. But there's my list. The ESV Literary Study Bible, ESV Systematic Theology Study Bible, the Color Code Study Bible, Semantics of Biblical Languages, Discourse Contextualism, Discourse Analysis, and Bible Interpretation, Learn New Testament Greek, Exegetical Fallacies, which is the 3rd edition. I have the 2nd edition already. Reader's Hebrew and Greek Bible, God's Big Picture, Faithful Disobedience, and New International Dictionary of New Testament Theology and Exegesis. So let's get to the next portion, my reading plan. And that is the Bible to Film movie watch list. Okay, the next section in the planner is the Bible to Film movie watch list, which is where you document whatever TV shows or movies you want to watch that relate to a book of the Bible, a character of the Bible, and then you rate them. As I explained in my walkthrough video, I tend to use this to rate accuracy, how well the film aligns with what's actually in the Bible. But you can use it however you want. You can use it in a traditional sense where you just rate the show. Did you like it or not? It doesn't matter. It's your planner. So what makes me even more excited to use this is because for my birthday, my husband got me the Chosen Bible Study set. Apparently they just put it in a set and it covers all 5 seasons of The Chosen. And I will link that below if any of you are interested. So they're interactive Bible studies that actually align with each episode, meaning there is one session for each episode. And while you might immediately think that it literally is just focused on what's happening in the show, it's actually way more deep than that. And I will explain that in another video where I review this and show you how I use it. So the first one is for season 1 and it's called What Does It Mean to Be Chosen? The second one is season 2, Blessed Are the Chosen. Season 3, The Way of the Chosen. 4, God's Goodness for the Chosen. And 5, The Stronghold of the Chosen. I'm so excited. I cannot wait to use these. I really, truly cannot wait to use these. I already started looking through them and they're way more deep than you would expect it to be. You can tell that these people put in their work. And I would say that makes sense because they've done a great job with The Chosen. And I can't wait to review this with you. But all that to say, I'm going to put The Chosen series, all the episodes, on my watch list. And I don't need to talk for that because it's a whole bunch of episodes. So let me go on and just do that. And then I will tell you about the other shows I plan to watch as well. So I've put The Chosen S1, E1, season 1, episode 1. And going forward until I have it all filled out, it's going to be marked S1, S and E is basically what it's going to be. So I started The Chosen pretty much when it came out in, what was it, I don't know when it came out. I started it then, and then I just walked away from it. And then my husband and I got into The Chosen, I don't know, a couple months ago, because he had never seen it. So we started watching it, and we finished all of season 1. And we actually had a conversation about, I was like, it'd be great if there was a Bible study for The Chosen. I was like, I'm going to make one. And then next thing you know, I saw they had it. It's like, dang, I missed my opportunity. But anyway, we watched all of season 1. And then I think we watched the first episode of season 2. And so basically we're starting over. But for the sake of doing the Bible study, I don't know if I'll go back. I think I'll just continue where we're at, season 2. And then when I'm done, I'll go back to season 1. So season 3 has 8 episodes. I don't know if I should leave space for more chosen, but I'm not about to do all that. So the next one I'm going to do is House of David. I have not seen this show. It's about King David, and I don't know how many seasons they have. It looks like there may be 3. I'm gonna just do House of David, and I don't know what's gonna happen after that. And then we have Mary. It came out on Netflix 2024. I didn't like the preview. I thought it was just crazy, but I haven't tried it, so I'm gonna put it on here. Again, like I said, I'm rating for biblical accuracy, and sometimes the shows happen to also be interesting to watch, but I'm gonna put it on there just in principle. And then there's another movie that I already have watched, so maybe I shouldn't put it on here. Ruth and Boaz. Um, I haven't officially rated it the way I would like to, so I'm gonna put it on here. That could be something I do on this channel though. Yeah. To do ratings of movies. Bible movies. Oh shoot. Yep. Just like we did on our podcast.
Yeah, put King of Egypt on there.
King of Egypt.
Remember? That's a good show. A good movie. A little kid show.
Oh, I don't know.
Back in the day.
And then there's one about Abraham and Isaac, and it's called His Only Son. I've heard that it was awful. I don't know because I haven't seen it, but apparently it came out in 23. Paul, Apostle of Christ, they came out in 2018. I did see it, but I saw it when it came out, so I'll have to watch it again. And then the 10 Commandments, gotta have that on the list with Charlton Heston. And then we have Redeeming Love. Something tells me it's gonna be trash, but it's based on the story of Hosea and Gomer. I have a feeling it's very loosely based. And then there's David.
Yeah, The Promised Land.
That came out. What is that?
It's supposed to be like The Office, but biblical.
I'm like, you're just making up stuff.
No, it's a real show. It's called The Promised Land.
And then there's we just saw a preview for a movie that's coming out. What's that movie? It's about Moses.
Oh, okay. What was it called? Was it just called Moses? Let me see. I know you sent it to me.
The Old Stories, Moses.
So I wonder if they're gonna start a series of the old stories.
That's what it's giving.
Yeah.
And it has what's that guy's name? Ben Kingsley.
Yes.
So, okay. What you write in these sections is what book it relates to and the character. So for Ruth and Boaz, obviously it pertains to Ruth and Boaz. And it's in the book of Ruth, but I had to white it out, so I had to wait for that to dry. His Only Son is from Genesis. And it's Abraham and Isaac. And then Paul, Apostle of Christ, well, it's about Paul. And I don't know, I'm guessing it's based off of Acts and his letters. So I'm going to put Acts and epistles. And then the 10 Commandments, that's based off of Exodus. The character is Moses. Redeeming Love, based on Hosea, the prophetic book. And it'll be based off of Hosea and Gomer. And then David, be King David. And it's probably, it could be the Kings and Chronicles. And then the old story, Moses, will be based off of Exodus as well. Moses. I feel like there's so many movies that should be on here. I can't think of them. I could go back and look at those other ones that are horrible, like the one with
You have The Passion.
Oh yeah, The Passion of Christ. How is that not on here? I wonder who that's based on. And it really would be based on the Gospels. So I'm gonna put the Gospels. And then there are movies that I know are horrible, like Exodus, Gods and Kings. That was what was that dude who played Batman?
Chris Nolan.
No, he was kind of a boring Batman.
No, I know George Clooney did. He was boring.
You need to come more to the future.
Oh,
I haven't seen him. It's been a minute since I've seen him. Actually,
Emerson?
No, I said a boring Batman. I don't even know if he got a sequel. Maybe he did. I think his name is Chris.
That's what I said, Chris Nolan.
Who's Chris Nolan?
Or let me see.
Maybe that is his name.
Christian Bale.
Yes, Christian Bale. That movie was horrible. And so was the one with Kevin Costner. Not Kevin Costner. He was on the movie with Denzel, American Gangster. He played the cop. So far, this is my movie watch list. As you can see, I've got lots of episodes from The Chosen to watch. I'm going to try The House of David, see how that flows. If I like it, then I'll make a list like The Chosen. I have Mary, Ruth and Boaz, his only son, Paul Apostle of Christ, and I already said what that was.
Russell Crowe or Joshua?
Yes, Russell Crowe. Okay. So the next section is vocabulary. I'm not going to fill that out until I get into my studies. And then when I get into that, and I'll show you how to use this section. And then book overviews. It's not much for me to do here right now. It's just overview of each book. And as I go, then I will use this section to write a summary of the book. So I'm going to skip that for now too. And finally, we have key verses. Same thing. When I start studying, I'll show you how to use it. And then we got the planner, which is what we're going to focus on now. And basically, I'm going to be using these stickers to fill it in because all the planners are undated, if you didn't know. And I want to make sure that I get it all set up and ready to go for May. I got these stickers for the months, and they're way too big. The original one had this huge sort of gap on top of the month. At least I think it did. So like right here, there was a lot of space, and I think probably these stickers would have fit. No, they still would have been too big. So I don't know who this person made, what planners these fit in, but they're giant. Like I don't need people from NASA to see the label of the month. So I don't know what to do with these. And while I could make my own stickers and put it here, I just don't feel like it. And so I'm going to try to make this work. I think I'm going to put them on the side just because I don't really take notes on the side too much. And I don't know where else these giant stickers will fit. So I think I'm going to do that. Just put it on the side. And this is a Monday start planner, but you can get the Sunday start. And by visiting my website. These tweezers ain't going to work for me. Let me just peel it off. Anything ain't gonna peel off? Come on now. Okay, you're gonna make them too big and now I can't even peel them off. Look at this. Hey,
What's that?
they ain't gonna even peel off.
Oh, didn't you just peel one off yesterday?
I did. I guess
For one.
the reviews on this weren't very good. And a lot of people said you can't peel them off. And I'm like, that can't be. I should just listen to the reviews. But some people be lying on reviews. So, all right, here we go. It came off. Won't he do it? He said it would. So for those of you who tend to be precise when you're planning, what I'm about to do may annoy you because I'm about to just lay it on here. Okay, so the whole calendar layout for May is set up. I don't have anything to add to this right now. I could put church services, small group, things like that, but I probably won't because I don't use my planner like that. So I kind of like the font choice and how bold it is for this sticker set. It kind of looks good, but it low key doesn't match what I have. But it'll have to do because I haven't found anything else. I do not like these. I don't like these giant stickers. I'm gonna have to do something else. And chances are, if I can figure out how to get my cut on my Cricut just right, I'm gonna end up making my own stickers and just so that they fit perfectly on here. match the font of the planner, and you can fit the month right here. But for now, this is what I have. I'm using other folks' stickers, and the whole thing is set up. And then as we continue, when I get into my Bible study, then I will walk you through how I set my Bible study goals, my action plan, and how I set up my week. And then that's when we'll get into things like vocabulary, book overviews, key verses, and things like that. This is the planner version. And if you didn't know, you can get the Bible study journal right here. This is an 8.5 by 11. This is an 8 by 10. And I use both because we have different goals. This is to track my reading and to manage my life. And this is to simply do Bible study. But all the front matter in this is the same front matter that's in the planner, but it will be specific to whatever it is I'm studying here. So right now I'm doing Ruth, and I look forward to going in depth with you on that. So there's my plan for the month of May.